Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 244. I got my coffee and my Scrappy Knitting Queen mug today. Decided to switch it up. Pumpkin spice creamer. I still have, I think, like 2.5 bottles left. They don't expire until May, so I'm not, I'm good. I'm not drinking expired food, in case you are wondering. This is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, cross-stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. Today I have knitting and crochet. I started a new crochet project this weekend because I was feeling kind of meh, blah. I don't know, I think a lot of people are feeling this way, so I think it's just like the time of the year, but it's all good now. I'm feeling good. Today is Friday, is it the 23rd? Yes. Friday, February 23rd, 2024. And it is 8:59 a.m. So 9 o'clock almost. I will have all my show notes right down there where you can find me, my email, my Ravelry group where I'm hosting my 2 year-long knit-alongs. I haven't looked at that recently. I need to get on that. I'm kind of bad with Ravelry. I sometimes I'm on there and I can go like a whole week without being on there sometimes. So I have my Knit All the Scraps cal. Crochet is also allowed. I just use it because it's the name of my podcast is Knit All the Yarn. So I just say Knit All the Scraps. Knit All the MKALs, that is the other one. Knit All the MKALs, that is Stephen West mystery knit-alongs. Those are over in my Ravelry group, so check them out. Looking at my notes, what else? I'll have reading and watching down there. I'll have all of my finished objects, all my whips, all the yarns, patterns, all the details will be right down there. And Henrietta, the co-host, has joined us. I remembered again. High five. I'm still on the fence on whether to make another chicken. I guess I just have to wait till the mood strikes me. I have 2 finished objects and 3 whips. Yes, and this is going to be the socks and Scrappy blanket episode because that's all I feel like working on right now, so I'm just gonna ride that train. Alright, I think that's all of my spiel. I am wearing my shifting chevrons by Stephen West. Oh, this thing is a beast of a shawl. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. Love it. And I used Knit Pick Stroll. Pretty sure I did the large version and it grew more than I thought it did, so it is like it's a schlanket. Get situated here. All right, I think that's it. We can get started. I already said I had 2 finished objects. I do not have any stash, pat, so I will be showing my next cast on. Unless I change my mind, but I already caked it up, so I'm pretty sure I'm going with it. All right, finish object number 1. Pretty sure I had 1 sock done. Oh, look at these. I'm so glad I decided to knit this. Also, I realized that last episode, I think there was like 2 socks that I didn't even say the colorway names. Such a bad podcaster. So if I forget to say anything, it will all be linked down below or listed down below. I'm like, I didn't say what the Yarnable socks name was, and I didn't say what the Freckled Whimsy socks were. Oh my god, jeez. If I learned how to edit a little better, I probably could have, fixed it, but it's okay. So this is the Freckled Whimsy Christmassy Yarn Club, and this one is Cozy Christmas Cuddles. I think. That's what I wrote down. I think that's right. These are DK weight. I have her club in DK weight. So I used US 3s, 48 stitches, and I used the DK weight vanilla sock pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. I got them to match. I just used the mini for the heels. I think that's it. Got them to match up pretty good, if I do say so myself. So I was gonna save this yarn and knit it for Christmas, but if you watched my last episode, changed my mind. I'm gonna knit it as I get up. And they're DK weight. I could like finish a whole DK weight sock in like one day if I just focused on it. So no problems, and I would get those done. And then I will have a whole bunch of Christmas socks to wear in December. So I think that is a good plan. I don't want to get overwhelmed with a bunch of Christmas yarn. So, I mean, maybe at some point I'll say, nah, I'm done, and I'll save them. But once I see some people cast on and start them, it's like, it's really hard not to. So I might just go with it. All right, and I finally finished my Yarnable socks. Whew, these took forever. I don't know why. I don't think they did. Maybe they did. I don't know. I mean, these aren't my colors, so maybe that's why it took me a little bit longer, but I loved how it pooled. So this is the February colorway for Yarnable, and it's called Love is Love. And I did US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter, 64 stitches, Chiaogoo red lace, 32-inch cord, magic loop, vanilla socks on magic loop by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. That is the pattern I used. Yeah, I just did the whole sock, and I didn't use any contrasting. I feel like there was something wrong with my sock, but it's just a blip of a speckle. So yeah, these are for me, potentially. I don't know, my youngest daughter's like, ooh, I like those. So there's a couple of them that I'm just like, I'm saving them until her feet get bigger, and maybe I'll just give them to her. I haven't worn these ones or the January ones because they're blue, and my daughter loves blue, so I was thinking maybe I'll just save them. I mean, she's gonna be 12 this year, so I feel like she's probably really close to my foot size. My oldest is. She could definitely wear these. So that is that. And this is the one that reminds me of the Starbucks unicorn drink. That unicorn frappuccino. And also Amy from Happy Little Yarn sent me a picture from those paper cups. Do you guys know those paper cups from like the 90s? I can see them in my head. If you know, you know, I guess. So that is that. And that's all my finished objects. 2 pairs of socks. That's pretty good. I'm thinking those DK weight socks were like pretty much done last week. Also, I think this is the last episode of February. Pretty sure it is. So next episode, I will share my stats for February. I did pretty good. I did really good. Again, high five. All right. I guess we'll do whips now. Okay, I'm going through this kind of fast. It's all right. Mountain State Stitches. I'm pretty sure I used this bag for my unicorn socks. Or the unicorn socks. The Yarnable socks. And I couldn't decide what bag. I was digging through my bags and I'm like, I want to use this one. So I'll just put the new sock in here. Oh, these, you guys. Oh my word. So this is one of the mysteries game that I opened last week. I need a sock blocker because that's right. I have a hoe. Oh my word. I cannot stop working on these. I'll be surprised. These will probably be done tomorrow. Because, oh my goodness. These are for me. Nobody is getting these. All right, are you ready? I'm just gonna take a minute. I'm just gonna take a minute to look at these. I mean, what? This yarn was sitting in my stash for probably 3 years. Now this is Kirby Werby. I don't even know. She's not on Etsy anymore. I had to look it up because I thought she's not on Etsy anymore. She has a new shop, so it's listed down below. And this is, it's got a potty word in it. Hells to the yes. And I mean, that is very accurate. I mean, so heels and toes, I used this Hue Loco glow stick collection. I really hope she brings that back. There's 2 colorways that I've been using for stripes for heels and toes, and it's like, it's magical. This one and one more. I need these 2. I need these 2 back. I would like to buy full skeins just to have them for pops of color for stripy socks. Oh my. So I was not going to have these matching because the repeat. So here it starts at this pink. And there is that pink again. So the repeat is that long. And I'm like, there is no way I'm going to be able to match these without ripping out a whole bunch. So I just continued knitting. And I didn't get the full second repeat. But it ended with the greens, which I was so happy about. Oh, I mean, look at this. We're just going to stare at this sock for 10 minutes. And if you're curious about my markers, I will link a video down below. Use it to count my rows. I do have the second sock cast on, and I have like 12 rows done. So, as I was talking about I wasn't going to get them to match. So I ended at this green. And here's the pink I need to start with. So I just tore all that out from the skein. And it was like it was around 6 grams, which is perfect for my Cozy Memories blanket. So I said, fine, we're going to get them to match. I'm not wasting it because I'm going to use it in my blanket. So they are going to match and they're going to be epic. It's like, I just want to get to the next color stripe. As I was winding this, or kicking it up, I'm like, it's going in rainbow order. I can't believe that it sat in my stash for this long. This was dumb. I did look on her website. She has some yarn available. This color says sold out, but so just keep checking her shop, because I mean, I have no words. The grays gradient with the rainbow. Ugh, I love it. So yeah, these would probably be done tomorrow. I remember, I think I cast on Wednesday. Wednesday I did the whole leg and like part of the heel flap. I remember Wednesday night I was doing the heel flap. And then Thursday, yesterday, finished it. Pretty sure I think I finished it like about 7 o'clock last night. So, yeah. I love them. I think that's all I have to say about that. Is that they're beautiful. I love them. And the contrast of the speckly neon is my jam. I need to find some more neon speckly yarns. I'm not supposed to be buying yarn, but you know what? If I'm going to use it for heels and toes, I think I can splurge. I know Lemonade Shop does a lot of neon, so I have to wait for one of their updates. I was looking in their shop a couple days ago and I didn't find anything. So a lot of like tonals, solid neon tonals. It's like I want some speckles. So I have to keep my eyes out. All right. And those were fingering weight socks, so same needles as my Yarnable ones. It'll all be down below. All right, now we're gonna do my cozy memories. I kind of went crazy with this because I was like in a limbo, like I don't know what to work on. I wanted to cast something new on. It's like, I don't know. I was in a mood. So I decided to just work on my cozy memories. And I did. Holy cow, did I really do that many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did 9 squares. I guess so. The stitch markers don't lie. And I finished another row. Oh, look at this. So I do 12 squares across. This is the Coziest Memories by Kemper Ray. I'm doing DK weight version. So what I'm doing is holding fingering weight together, 2 strands together, and I'm using a US 4 3.5 millimeter, and I'm doing 20 stitches by 20 stitches. So those are my modifications. I do have my Ravelry project page linked down below, and I explain how I do my the ends, so I get these little V's, so it's easier to pick up my stitches. Oh, now I want to work on this. So I changed my rules for my grams in and out. I am going to switch it up. We're going to do something different because why not? The more I think about it, it's like, yeah, why did I do it this way? Probably because I like to have like this big, I used to, when I finished my blankets, I would add all of the grams in for that month that I finish it. Which, that is awesome when you have, like, when you buy a lot of yarn and, you know, that helps. But I don't know how long I'm going to be working on this blanket. It might take me a year. It might take me 3 years. It might take me 5 years. I have no idea. So I put a stitch marker. I kind of guessed because I know I cast this on. This was my New Year's Eve. No. Christmas Eve cast on. So I knew I started it in Christmas, or like the end of December. So I kind of guessed how many squares I did the last week of December. And then I kind of guessed how many I did in January. And then I put a stitch marker with where I said, yeah, I probably started February 1st. I am probably not accurate, but I'm just guessing at this point. So each square is around 7.8 grams, I think, 7.7. So I'm just rounding to 8 grams just to make it easier on myself. So I'm going to say each square is 8 grams. And I'm going to tally that at the end of the month. So however many squares I did, I got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 18, I think. Wait. That's incorrect. I did this backwards. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So as of right now, I have 19 squares. So at the end of February, I'm probably going to be working on this on Sunday. So I will add more. So I'll do however many squares times 8, and then I'm going to add that grams to my grams in, grams out for February for each month. And I'm just going to do that as I go because it seems silly to work on this for, like, if I put 20 squares in for a month and not count them. Because it's not accurate. I actually knit yarn on this. So that's what I'm doing now. I have weaved in all my ends except the top row. I like to weave them in when there's 4. So that, doing that, changing that, gives me more motivation to work on these. Now, I've always had motivation to work on these, but now it's going to be kicking it into high gear because I think that's what happened. One, I wanted to finish the row, and then I'm like, well, if I finish a lot of squares, I can count that. So that is the plan. And my stitch marker is, I might change this every once in a while, but Twin Mountain Handcrafts. It's a little tree. Try to use the acrylic ones on this blanket because I used wooden ones and one of them broke and I was very sad. So try to use the plastic acrylic ones on this blanket so that doesn't happen again. All right, so I think that's my rule changes for my grams in and out. Okay, now we have the new cast on. The crochet, that's right, I crocheted. So I was feeling kind of blah and unmotivated, so it's like I need some inspiration. Kay the Crazy Sock Lady has been working on her granny striped blanket, and every time I look at it, I'm like, I need to cast that on. Whatever, I know it's crochet. Is it cast on if you crochet it? I don't know, whatever. I kept looking at it and looking at it. It's like, oh, I really need to. And then I squirrel moment and I don't. So last weekend I was feeling unmotivated. So usually when that happens, I like to dig through my stash. I like to look at all my yarns to see if something speaks to me. And I found in my stash, I have no idea, this was probably in my stash for, I don't know, probably 4 years, maybe more than that. I vaguely remember making a magic knot ball. This is what I found. I found a magic knot ball in my stash. I made this when I did my Cozy Memories blanket. I had Advent. I put like 2 or 3 squares in a day. This was my first one, my first blanket, because some of the colors look familiar to me, and I'm like, okay, I think this is an Advent. I did a swap with some people, and I'm like, this is a sign. I found this in my stash. I'm like, that's it. I'm casting on the granny stripe blanket. So I did. That is the story. I have made one of these blankets before. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. It's not in my house. I don't know what happened to it. So I had a project page. So I looked up what I used. D3.25. This is a Clover Amore hook. I love these. These are my favorite. So when I looked at that project page, of course, the pattern was not on there. You know, what's good? What is the purpose of project pages is to have the pattern on there. So I just copied Kate of the Crazy Sock Lady. She had a project page. So I pretty much copied her. I'm sorry, Kay. Sorry for copying you. So my project page is the same as hers. I did 302 chains. I think she did 300. That doesn't really matter. And I think she's using a different hook size than I am. So I found that said magic knot ball, and I finished it. I started Saturday. I think I finished it on Tuesday. It was 108 grams. Poof, gone, just like that. You're like, stop yakking and show us the blanket. Oh, look at this. Oh my word. This thing is addicting. Crochet kind of hurts my hands. So I'm trying to take it easy. It doesn't look like I'm taking it easy, but I'm trying to take it easy. I like to work on it. Like, I could do an hour and a half like in one sitting, I guess. If I stop, like, and pause, and then, you know, like 3 hours later, 4 hours later, come back to it, I can do that, just not for another hour. I think I really, I used to make crochet amigurumi animals, and I sold them on Etsy, and I think that like killed my hands and my wrists, my knuckles, and because I would do it all day long. So yeah, I love to crochet, but I gotta chill. So I made another magic knot ball. I kind of went crazy with this one. This was a big boy. It was 136 grams, I think. I think it's 120 something right now. I don't know if I'm going to work on this today. Kind of conflicted. But trying to work on it a little bit every day. Probably not going to work on it tomorrow, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I don't have to work on it every day. Maybe I'll just do a half hour. But here's my magic knot ball. I got to get another one started. So with this, with my grams in and out, new rule, when I finish a magic knot ball, I'm adding it to my grams out. That will give me motivation to finish it. And like I said, I don't know when I'm going to finish this project. It could be a year, it could be 10 years, it could be 5 years. So this yarn, since it was in a ball for so long, it was kind of crinkly, but I think it looks okay. And then my first train, I was trying to be very, very loose because I'm a tight crocheter too, so I was trying to be loose, and now it's like all wavy. It's fine. It's a blanket. I don't care. Am I gonna block this? Probably not. I don't block my blankets. And I don't know if I'm going to be doing a border around it. I think my first one I just stopped, and that was it. I don't even think I did a border on it. So I will link the video, the 2 videos for the magic knot ball in my project page, and the stitch. It's pretty much 3, I think it's 3 doubles. 3 double crochets in each space. Like the cast on is a pain, the first row is a pain, and then like your first initial row with the like little clusters, you gotta really pay attention. And then after that, whoosh, you don't even have to think. So if you can get through those first like 3 rows and the cast on, you're golden. So I did that this week. And crochet eats up yarn like nobody's business. So now I'm like getting to the point where it's like, oh no, I'm going to be using up all my scraps. My scrap bins are getting very, very slim, and it's kind of making me nervous. Just a little. But like I said, this might be a project that's on my hook for a long time. So as I finish a square in my blanket, if depending on how much yarn is left, I will be starting a new magic knot ball, because sitting there doing a whole magic knot ball at once was kind of a drag, I'm not gonna lie. So I need to get another one started so that when I finish that one, that'll have one started. All right, that is all of my whips. Sitting down here talking to you guys, getting all my stuff out, talking about it, makes me just wanna keep going. Love it. Okay, I will talk about my next cast on, and then it won't be any more yarny stuff. So if you don't wanna listen to me ramble for 10 more minutes, decided to get my Amy bag out. This is Happy Little Yarn. I think this was one of the first bags she's made. There's no tag on it, but I know it's her because of her signature knitting rainbow stitch. Oh, man. So these are going to be for her, so that's why I got her sock out. This was some of the yarn she sent me. Super Glow. Never used this yarn before. They're in Arizona. Scottsdale, Arizona. She had got the Advent this year, and I was jealous. So she sent me this to make her socks with it. It's like a pastel rainbow of awesomeness. I mean, look at this. When I caked it up, it's bringing, it was more like blues and greens, but in the skein, it didn't look like that. But oh, I'm excited to see how this, I don't know if it's gonna pool or what's gonna happen, but I'm excited. And you know, I gotta put some neon in there. So I'm gonna use that for probably heels and toes. This is Knit Pick Stroll Pucker. I don't have a lot of this left either. I need to, once Stroll goes on sale, I need to get some. I need to get some more. So yeah, that is going to be the next sock cast on. I'm probably going to be casting it on today, at least just the cuff. We have plans tomorrow. We will out of the house all day, so I want to set myself up for lots of sock knitting because that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to take my, as much as I want to work on my blankets, I'm not going to be taking those with me because they're getting, the crochet one's not that bad yet, but there's just a lot more scraps that I have to bring. It's better just to bring 2 bags and call it a day. So those will be cast on. I doubt they'll be finished. Let's see. At least, I'm going to say at least one sock will be done. If not, it's not a big deal. It all depends when I finish those Kirby Werby socks. Oh. All right, that is all the yarny goodness. So if you don't want to hear me ramble for 10 minutes, maybe 15 more minutes, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say. This might be a shorter episode today. We'll see what happens. Yes. So I will see you next week. If you want to stick around and keep knitting and crocheting and you still got laundry to fold, let's hear me chat some more. So reading and watching. Reading. I have 7 hours left of A Court of Silver Flames. That is the 4th book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses. And oh my, that book has so many naughty bits. This one is like way worse than the past 3 in my opinion. Oh my goodness. So be warned, lots of naughty bits in that. But I still like it. And what else am I reading? I am reading Mort, M-O-R-T, by Terry Pratchett. I am sad to say that I am losing interest in that book. When I first read it, I was like, yes, 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 yes. And like towards the middle of the end-ish, I think I'm like 70%. It's like, I don't want to read this anymore. So I might just do some fast skim reading and just call it a day. And I don't know if I'm going to continue because this happened with another Terry Pratchett book that I read. I liked the beginning and then it lost me. So I don't know if I'm going to continue with that series. My husband recommended to me. He's like, well, just get the 2nd book. It's better. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to. There's a certain character in it that was in there in the beginning and I liked him. I liked the death character and then he left. And I think that's it's like, I don't know if I want to continue or not. If you have read that series, should I continue with it? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the books are shorter. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. But yeah, I'm probably just going to wrap that book up tonight. I'm going to have to figure something else out to read because I don't know. I don't like that there's no chapters. I think I talked about that many, many times on here. I don't want to repeat myself. But yeah, the story's not doing anything for me, so I think I'm going to pass. So that's reading and watching. Or that's reading. Watching. My husband and I started a new show on Netflix. It was just added. It was from the Sci-Fi Network. It's called Resident Alien. Season 1. Oh my word, you guys. That show is hilarious. It's about an alien that landed on Earth. His spaceship crashed. He like had to kill somebody to take over, like to shapeshift. And so he's an alien, but he's living as a human. I mean, he looks like a human. And he's a doctor. And oh my word, it's so funny. I love it. There's 2 seasons. I think there's a 3rd one. I don't know if it's out now or not, but we are enjoying it. It's pretty good. And I think it's rated MA. I don't know. There are some inappropriate parts, so I'm thinking it's probably rated MA. I don't know if there's swearing. There's probably swearing. I don't remember, but I like it. Check it out if you are into a sci-fi comedy TV show. It's pretty good. And I'm still watching Doctor Who on Tubi. I finished season 13 on to season 14. I don't know where I'm at. I feel like I'm over half done with season 14. I got an extra TV time with watching the Doctor Who because both of my kids like watching it. And they had Monday off for a holiday. They had a half day on Friday last week for something or other, teacher day or something. So I'm pretty sure we watched some episodes on Friday, and we didn't go anywhere last weekend, so we watched some episodes on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So I had some extra episodes that I was able to watch this week, so that was nice. And my husband and I watched Queen Pins. That is a movie on Netflix, 2021. That one was pretty good. It's about ladies with their coupons and doing some illegal stuff with coupons. Yeah, it was interesting. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was gonna. My husband started watching it, and I'm like, hey, can you stop watching that? I want to watch that. Because it was getting to be time to go to bed. It's like, I was watching a few minutes of it. I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting. Apparently that is a true story. So that made it even more like, wow, people actually did that. All right, and that's it for reading and watching. That's it. Life stuff. My oldest got sick, and I feel like I'm starting to get it, but I don't know if I'm just being paranoid or if I'm actually getting sick. I can't decide. So she missed like 1 day of school. It worked out where she was sick on Monday and they didn't have school, so she really only missed 1 day instead of 2 days, so that was kind of nice. Next week is not going to be pleasant. Well, I want to say Monday. Monday's not going to be pleasant. I have a doctor appointment, and then my youngest has to go in and get to the orthodontist to go get scanned and pictures and measurements for her phase 1 of the braces. I don't know. Or she's already had braces before, so I don't know. Like phase 2? I don't know what phase we're in. So, yeah. That's not going to be fun. I'm not looking forward to Monday. Usually I love Mondays because my kids go to school and my husband goes to work and I can knit all the things. But we have appointments to go to, so less knitting time on Monday. It's alright. I'll get through it. And I don't know. I really don't have anything else. Other than that, it's been kind of boring around here. I'm okay with boring. I love boring. Goals for this week. Excuse me. Finish those Kirby Werby socks, obviously. cast on these socks and work on the scrappy blankets. I think I'm just gonna keep going with the scrappy blankets and the socks. Since the first of the month is approaching, I should be getting some new yarns. My Freckled Whimsy clubs should be coming soon. And my Yarnable. So yeah, I don't know. They're not gonna come this week, pretty sure. They might be shipped next week. I don't know. I got mystery skeins. I got lots of yarn. You know, I'm half tempted. I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna be a lot of time, but I was thinking, like, with the mystery skein, instead of like wrapping them, if I had like a spreadsheet that had like all of the skeins that I have in my stash to make socks with, put them all in a spreadsheet, and then I could do like a number generator and just have them pick a number, and then I can just knit that yarn. So I'll have like number 1 mustache yarn, whatever the colorway name is. So then when it picks one, then I'll know what it is. I just have to go search it. But putting all of that in a spreadsheet would not be pleasant. I might pass. I know I could just do my indie dyed yarn, which is mostly this cube right here and this cube. That's my pretty much all of my indie dyed full skeins right there. So, and then this is commercial patents crochet, which I might make chicken out of. Been thinking about making a chicken out of that. Don't know yet. And then this cube is Opal Regia West Yorkshire Spinners and some random ones. So, I don't know. The thought of putting all of that in a spreadsheet doesn't sound fun, so I'm probably not going to do that. And I don't know if I'm going to wrap them again, because I feel like having them wrapped in tissue paper is probably not good for the yarn. So, I don't know. Thoughts? Anybody have any thoughts on how I could do that without taking bajillions of years? I will definitely be opening another mystery skein probably towards the end of March, once I finish my my clubs, my Christmassy, Freckled Whimsy Christmassy club and my Yarnable club. Once I finish those, then it's fair game. And these are a gift, and these are the March ones. I'm just getting ahead of myself because I don't know what else to cast on, and might as well just bang out a gift knit. Also in March, I'm going to be crocheting my dad's slippers. His Christmas slippers. I'm going to be working on those. Yeah. I'm going to make him 6 pairs. Don't come at me about, why do you make him so many pairs? He throws them away in the trash. I get it. I understand. But he wears holes in them. And that's just how I do it. He wears holes in them. He throws them away. I don't know. Is that bad for the environment? I don't know. Probably. But I don't know how else to darn crochet slippers and or like reinforce them. He loves them just the way they are, and he doesn't want me to do any changes. So this is what I do. I just knit him 5 or 6 pairs for Christmas, and he wears them throughout the year. Every time I go over there in the winter months, he always has them on, and just and I use Red Heart yarn for that. So you'll be seeing those pretty soon. I might just, I don't know if I'll cast one on this week. That's another project that might get started soon. And then that would be Christmas gift, another one off the list. And then after that is just have to make my my friend's Amy from Happy Little Yarn. I just gotta make her a pair of socks. Pair of socks for every month. And she will have a bunch for her birthday, and she'll have a bunch for Christmas. So I don't have anything else. That's it. That's all I got. So those were my rambly thoughts. I hope you got a lot of knitting done. I hope you got a lot done on your project, your crochet project, whatever you're working on, your sweater, your blankets, your cardigans, your cowls, your shawls, your hats, your mittens, whatever you're working on. I hope you're all doing well. Did I say it was episode 244? I don't know if I did. You'll see it. You'll see it. You've probably already seen it right there. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, so if you don't see me next week, it's because I got sick. I don't know. I'm feeling a little weird. Feeling a little weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dehydrated. So after I finish my coffee, I'm going to drink lots of water today. Hopefully that'll help. So if you don't see me, I'm probably ill. So let's hope that's not the case. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. I do love reading them. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.